welcome back to Give It Thought. As always, I'm Jake, and let's get right into this Friday gaming news roundup where I get to all the stories that I missed this week. The first story, and we're starting out in a low place today, but it's something that I think needs covering. An Oculus Rift executive was arrested for soliciting sex from a minor. Spoiler alert, she was 15. Except she wasn't. In reality, it was an undercover police officer, thankfully. You know what, let's just take this from the top. Oculus's head of computer vision, whatever that means, Dov Katz. Wait, the dude's name is Dov Katz? What a weird world we live in. Anyway, Katz was sitting at his computer and thought, I sure would like to sexually abuse a minor today, so Katz logs into a chat room and finds one. The girl or undercover police officer that was posing as the girl eventually tells Katz that she is 15, and you know what this piece of human garbage says? Just please don't say anything, okay? So Katz makes the trip to wherever the girl said she was, and when he gets there, he claims that he was there to rescue the girl. To rescue her. That's his excuse. The police also got some text messages that showed a conversation where Katz asked the girl if she would consent to unprotected sex. If you want to read the full conversation and all that, I'll link it to the description, but just know it's really graphic. Katz joined Oculus in 2013, and according to his LinkedIn page, he leads the VR company's machine learning program. He even has a patent for their specific headset where he helped increase the calibration of the device. Now, I know it is such a YouTuber-y thing for me to act all high and mighty when it comes to people like this, but come on. This guy is the equivalent of a flaming bag of dog shit. Sure, we gotta stomp it out because if not, it will burn the whole house down. We might get some crap on our shoe, but it's worth it to get rid of this infectious, gross, uncivilized flame that could spread to other houses. Really, stomp this guy out of existence. The lesson here, stay away from guys with names like Dov Katz. Ridiculous. Alright, palate cleanser. Okay, I got the perfect thing. This is an update to a story I covered last Friday, and that is the shutdown of Pokemon Prism. In case you didn't know, the maker of the fan-made ROM hack was ordered to cease and desist by Nintendo and to stop all production of his Pokemon games. Pokemon Prism was based on the code that made up Pokemon Crystal version and allows you to play as Pokemon as well as having some all-new pocket monsters to boot. But, and this is why the story made a comeback this week, the game was leaked online after Nintendo ordered the original developer to stop production. A hacker group? Not really sure if that's what you'd call them, but whoever they are, they somehow got their hands on the files to Pokemon Prism and are now distributing them. In a short FAQ, they described themselves as a group of people interested in seeing ROM hacks succeed. This project grew in popularity enough to make us interested in it, and the letter from Nintendo got us into action. So this group took matters into their own hands in order to see this project through to release. Since this group made the game readily available, YouTubers have been uploading playthroughs, and guides have started popping up all over the internet. Now, the game was not finished, so there are some bugs in there that might stump some players, so just know that if you decide to jump in. You can easily find where to download it at the moment, and I say that because I'm afraid to link to it. Nintendo can be, well, you know. But I say, if you're interested, go for it. The whole takedown thing is kind of ridiculous in my eyes anyway. Seems harmless. Moving on, and I don't get to talk about this game much, and I get so many requests for it. Elite Dangerous is adding a Carrie Fisher memorial. Carrie Fisher sadly passed away after she suffered a heart attack on a plane on December the 23rd. She was reportedly stable afterwards according to her brother who was there with her at the time. Again, sadly, the legendary actress left this mortal plane on December the 27th. The memorial will be called Fisher's Rest and is set to release alongside patch 2.3 for the game. This isn't the first time Elite Dangerous has immortalized someone in their game. Leonard Nimoy was also memorialized with a Vulcan planet called Leonard Nimoy Station after he passed away last year. Another game, the MMO, Star Wars The Old Republic, is asking for a memorial for Fisher as well, this time in the form of a statue. As you can see here, someone posted on a message board asking for it. Quote, "It would be a memorial if we could get a statue of Carrie Fisher in-game or a statue of a member of the Organa house that looks like her. Her role was 3,600 years later, but it would be nice if she could get honored by BioWare with a statue in-game. So it wouldn't make a lot of sense lore-wise for a statue of Fisher's character to exist, but I think the players want it anyway. It has been such a sad year, and hopefully 2017 gets better in that regard." Okay, do we need another palate cleanser? That was kind of a sad story. In great gaming news, especially for longtime PlayStation fans like myself, well, this is a rumor, so don't put much stock in it, but the Crash Bandicoot n-sane trilogy's release date has reportedly been leaked, and it might be sooner than any of us thought. Honestly, I thought this would be a holidays 2017 release if we were lucky. But according to Brazilian gaming retailer Zillion Games, the game is set for a February the 28th, 2017 release date. That is a Tuesday, so that lends a bit to this leak's credibility. Normally games come out on Tuesdays and Fridays. The thing about this is, this would be such a short amount of time for a game to be finished. Sure, we got some gameplay at PSX, but they barely showed anything. Unless Activision started development a long time ago and are just playing coy, I just don't see how it could be finished in time for a February release. I hope I'm wrong though. Also, for Crash fans out there, let's hope this really sells well because this remaster is probably an effort by Sony and Activision to see if they can put out a completely new game. Likely, this thing is just testing the waters, and I hope so much that it is good. You just never know with Activision. And for the last story of today, which is always one that I just personally want to talk about and I'm not sure many other people are interested, but we got some more footage of Dragon Quest XI, and this time, are you ready for this? We got to see the player character ride a dragon. It is unknown at this time how this will play into the larger game, but you can see the player using the dragon to descend a large mountain. It makes me wonder if it will function something like the rideable Pokemon in Sun and Moon, where you can use them to traverse specific areas. Whatever the case, it is really cool. We also got to see a shot of the player entering a building, kind of looks like a church or something, but he enters without a loading screen, and that could be a hint at the console version being more open compared to past games. We also got a few shots of the 3DS version, but nothing new was really revealed there. This comes on top of that intro reveal from last week, where we got a better look at the characters that would be in the game. We also got to see the player character riding another animal, the less exciting horse, but that could hint at different mounts throughout the game. As of right now, the game is set to release in Japan sometime in 2017. Rumors have it set for March, but we don't have much to go on. As to whether or not the game will come westward, I don't know. I'm worried that we'll only get the 3DS version, but the console version might make the trip since we saw Dragon Quest Builders come this year. We get the Dragon Quest VIII remaster on 3DS in January, the 20th to be precise, so us Dragon Quest fans will have something to look forward to next month. So as always, I'd love to hear what you think about any of these stories. Do you think you'll be boycotting Oculus after this scandal, if you want to call it that? I mean, you would have a case for it. And what about that Crash Bandicoot remaster release date? Do you think that's legit? And of course, be sure to talk to me about Dragon Quest if you're a fan. I love that series and I'll talk about that until I fall over. So be sure to tell me any and all of your thoughts on any of today's stories down below. And I think that's where I'm going to wrap things up for today. If you enjoyed this video, you know what you have to do. Hit that like button for me if you could be so kind, and be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all the upcoming gaming news. Also, make sure you follow me on Twitter at GiveIt.1. I'm trying to make that a better place for communication. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, give thought to everything.